Oh, so I don't know how they can do it. I don't know if it requires multiple people reporting it, and he has multiple accounts or friends.
I don't think they have time to go and have a guy check out every little story. But I mean, you'll see. You'll see. How do the pecs look? Pretty good? I'm tired of feeling superior to people, so I throw people...
It's an illusion. What you feel is superiority is actually I can't make the analogy.
You're on video, so now you're choking.
I can't make the analogy work. What would be the raise?
Okay, so if your finger is in a flame, and it burns, and then you move your...
The hot air coming from you...
Yeah, that makes me right. Just the sheer volume of hot air.
The air coming from you gives you the illusion of being correct. It's superiority because it raises you. The air around you is warmer, so therefore you feel like you're higher than the surrounding.
How can I possibly be subjective about the rest of the air?
Anyway, yeah, they banned me. I think that's bullshit because, you know, you can write. There was like 1 million comments in that thread, or in that room that I could claim that are...
Boy, your whole world, we're witnessing him completely breaking down on this Facebook thing.
What?
But look at that sunset.
And
these trees are just starting to turn. What if ducks go flying by in the background right at that moment? I gotta have that. What, I'm gonna throw some Rush music over that part? But I really hesitated to bring up this whole topic again because I don't think you understand that it is due to the Earth's wobble that causes the ice ages. I'll tell you about did I ever tell you about lodestone and magnetite?
Well, let me ask you this. How big of a wobble do you think the wobble is?
Well, there are periods of the Earth's history, and I don't know, they always seem to call them pole shifts, but there are theories.
I think you're confusing your magnetic
because the poles are determined by the orientation of the Earth's core.
Yes.
Because that's the magnetized part, depending on where it's pointing. But I think that I don't think there's necessarily a distinction between the magnetic north and the axial north. I think there's a connection between the two. There may be a certain amount of drift between each, respectively.
There may be.
But there's also a certain connection between the two.
Well, your battery holds a pretty long time, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, it's a pretty big battery.
It doesn't have moving parts, that's why.
So I'm sitting there going...
I don't know if there's any science on
Well, that's where I was coming in on your... I don't think you're connecting intuitively. Anyway, the Earth's axial shifting. All right, here's the deal.
Yes.
If the Earth is on a 23.4 degree pitch on its imaginary axis,
I think it's 20.
Which it has been.
Okay, I think it's actually 23.2. I think I read, or maybe it is 23.4.
23.3. There is
somewhere
between
around there.
23.3 and 23.5.
So you agree it's a 0.2% or
and it's
0.2
relatively
degree?
fixed, so it actually shifts on its axis.
I don't see how that weight.
And that's how ice ages.
I
form.
don't see how that weight makes a difference.
Oh look, get it! Just the sound of it, and I can cut it in later. It's cool.
So you only wanted like a second of it.
So if the sun is here, and it's going here, and then the Earth shifts, it's now pounding directly into here. But I'm old enough where I've actually experienced it last
You're saying, all right, let's assume we're in an ice age.
No, we're not in one. It's
for the sake of this argument.
It's cooling. We're in a cooling.
Let's pick a time where we were in the middle of an ice age. How's that?
Right.
And now it's ice age. Not now. In that period of time, it's an ice age, right?
The transition.
Okay. So what do you think is going on that causes us to get out of an ice age?
Because the Earth wobbles like a top.
But why? Okay,
and eventually it goes
back to
where it was.
It's in the middle of an ice age.
Right.
Why would the Earth wobble?
Because it's any spinning object, spinning on an axis, imaginary or otherwise, wobbles. It falters.
Okay.
It's not a perfect.
0.2 degrees.
The Earth isn't perfectly round.
0.2 degrees.
The moon is escaping Earth's gravity to the tune of 1/4 of an inch a year for the last 4 billion years.
Okay.
There's the pitched battle between the Earth's gravitational field and the moon's gravitational field has always been.
Do you know how much
tug of war.
Do you know how much 0.2 degrees is? Just curious.
Yeah, it's about like Yeah.
Yeah.
And the sun is here. What was once direct on the summer side is now
Point
direct
two.
here, but glancing down here.
Point
where we are.
2 degrees.
No. I'm talking about when the full shift, or when they're approximate.
The full shift is how far?
Well, I've never been in that, but it can go as far as the Earth is laying on its side. That's how far it has gone. You know what quantifies? You know what verifies that?
So you're saying that actually the North Pole is at one point could directly be facing toward the sun.
No. If you have that's got to be reasonably cool. The lodestone points out, and feel free to look this up later. You'll go to Wikipedia, and they were created by the government to deny all the stuff I'm saying, so you won't find it on Wikipedia.
Yeah, you can say that about anything, you realize that. Yeah. The moon is not really out there going around the Earth, that's just a propaganda thing.
But I'm trying to stick fairly...
Oh, no, you don't change the subject. The moon is not really out there going around the Earth, that's all propaganda, that's all bullshit.
Yeah,
obviously, that's all. Have you been there? That was all staged, man.
Yeah, that was a... Yeah, I'm with
the government is just bullshitting us.
I'm with the conservatives on that. That the whole moon landing was fake. Because how could men be on the moon?
Of course, how could they?
I mean, how could
That's impossible.
Are there men there right now? Of course not.
It's all made up.
Yes.
So was it the Jews, or was it the Bush administration, or
just the shadow government?
Yeah, it was just some
the
shadowy.
Illuminati, the Freemasons.
Anybody but the official story. And let's not forget, George Bush was president.
The lodestone actually not only is able of storing a magnetic properties, have its own magnetism. It's a magnet. It's capable of holding whatever information it's upon which is imprinted upon it at a given time, and they actually show in the lodestone that the poles shift in each piece of lodestone. There's actual pole shifts that are still in the fossil record.
Anybody can pull anything out of their ass and make any kind of prediction. Well, you kind of did. You pulled it from within. You can't.
Not necessarily my ass.
Well, we don't know this.
It could be from this end of my body.
We don't know this.
The question is it this end that this is coming from, or this?
Well, I'm getting a feeling where I know which end I think most of it's coming from.
Well, let me give you a little clue. I have constipation problems.
It's got to come out somehow, right?